right, so contour drawing is a technique. It's a way of drawing where we're focusing on the outline. Okay, an outline. And contour is the French word for outline. So it really is, I think, probably one of, if not the best ways to learn how to draw better, to draw real objects better, real whatever it is, a cat, a dog, whatever it is that you like to draw. Now, for contour drawings, we're going to be drawing lines, turning them into shapes. And so we're really just going to be thinking about the shapes, okay, the outline. So we'll make lines at first, but then most of those lines will turn into shapes, all right? We're not going to have any color, value, or texture when we're doing a contour drawing. It's just the outline, okay? It's just a practice. It's not a type of art to be trying to make a masterpiece to frame and hang on the wall. It's just a way to draw, to learn how to draw better. Okay, now when we make a contour drawing, we want to think about several things. We want to think about the shapes, we want to think about the angles, and we want to think about the proportions. Okay, so for shapes, if I look at this little thing here, we already said we're not going to use color, value, and texture in a contour drawing, so forget about all of that for today with this. Okay, so now to draw something using this contour drawing technique, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this. I'm going to just put it in front of me. If you want to draw along with me, then you can get any object that you want to draw. Let's get a pretty simple object that doesn't have a whole lot going on with it. But we're just going to draw the outline shape. And if you want to just watch me first and then you make your contour drawing at the end after the lesson, you can do that. If you want to draw along with me, what we're going to do is look at the shapes, the angles, and the proportions. So the sizes of parts compared to the other parts, okay? So I am looking at this tempera bottle, and I'm going to just kind of draw what I see here. And we want to try to draw what we see, not what we think we see. And we don't need little details like little lines in the lid and what's on the label. We don't need any of that in this drawing. Okay, so there's a quick contour drawing. So what we want to do is not spend a ton of time on this. It's not meant to be a wonderful masterpiece that we hang up in a frame. It's just meant to be a way of practicing drawing. Now, if we draw it so fast and we don't really look at the object very much and we just kind of draw what we think we see, oh yeah, I know what a bottle looks like, then that's not going to help us with our drawing, okay? So what we've got to do is really look at the object. What I try to do is spend more time looking at the object than at my paper when I would be practicing like this. So some people say don't even look at your paper very much at all. Like really look at the object, really follow along, really look at what's around it, look at the angles, look at the shapes, and try to spend most of your time looking at the object. Okay, so this is contour drawing. Okay, awesome. So that is something that you can do to practice drawing what you see. Okay, if I had one thing to tell you about how to learn how to get better at drawing, it would be, well, one would actually be to do my step-by-step art projects where we're drawing something, because then we're drawing the same thing and I can talk about the angles and the negative space and the shapes and the proportions and things like that, and we're both drawing the same thing at the same time, and so that's super helpful. So that would be my number one tip. My second tip would be to practice contour drawing, which you can do anytime, and as long as you try to remember those three things that you're focusing on: the shapes, the angles, and the proportions. And the fourth thing I guess I would say would be to spend more time looking at the object than your paper when you are drawing the contour drawing. Then that can help you get better at drawing. Awesome. So for today, if you did not already draw along with me, or even if you did, it would be awesome if you would like to go ahead and do one or more, because they don't take very long and it's really so helpful when we really concentrate on those four things. to do more contour drawings, looking at whatever, just regular objects. It doesn't have to be anything special. If you want it to be something that you really like to draw, like if you want to get really lots better at drawing your cat, let's say, then you could look at a picture of your cat. You could look at your real cat if your cat is like asleep, but if your cat is awake, then your cat might move and then you won't be able to keep drawing. So if you look at a picture, that works, or a sleeping cat, that works. But cats have all that fur, which is a ton of texture, and it's kind of easier a lot of times to draw something that we don't have a lot of strong feelings about when we're learning how to draw. And that we're not really used to thinking about so much about what they look like or what the thing looks like. So we don't really think much about this when we're not looking at it. So this would be, regular everyday objects are great things to make contour drawings about, because we can really pay attention to just the shapes and the angles and the proportions and looking at the thing more than our paper and stuff like that, and not get caught up in the soft fur, my cat is so sweet, and stuff like that. We won't be thinking about those other things if we're drawing like regular, just everyday objects sitting out. So like still life drawings. But for a contour drawing, we're just focusing on that outline, maybe some lines on the inside, but not all the details. Like I didn't draw all the little lines in the lid and the label and stuff like that. We don't want that for this. This is just outlines, maybe some lines in the middle if they're important lines. Okay? Awesome. And if you're going to make some more contour drawings just using a regular pencil, that's awesome. Or you could use a crayon, and that won't give you the opportunity to erase. So it's up to you if you want to be able to erase or not. I like to be able to erase making contour drawings because sometimes we make a mistake, and if we notice that as we're going along, I think it's totally fine to erase.